it's lights out, away we go. Sebastian Vettel gets the better start, and towards turn one they head now, with Kimi Raikkonen and Max Verstappen jostling, and Vettel on the inside, getting past Valtteri Bottas. There's lockups behind, but they all seem to get through the first corner okay. Sebastian Vettel leads Valtteri Bottas, Kimi Raikkonen, Max Verstappen, and Fernando Alonso, and there's Daniel Ricciardo spinning out towards the back, getting caught up through the centre S's. Down the Retta Aposta now to Desquina do Lago. Vettel leads from Bottas. And Esteban Ocon and Romain Grosjean collide, and is that Ocon out of the race after 27 consecutive finishes? Esteban Ocon is out.
Oh, so Grosjean got a dollop of oversteer in the middle of the corner and straight into the side of the Force India.
And that is Esteban Ocon trying to make his way back. Look, for all intents and purposes, that he was out of the race. I'd rather get the feeling he is, Marty. He's not going to get that back.
No, I'm not sure I can drive back.
Stoffel van Dorn is out, and Kevin Magnussen out as well. We can look at the start once again.
Well, that was interesting, because from that angle, Bottas got the better start. But the second phase, when you got to release that second clutch, it was the Ferrari that accelerated better, but Bottas actually got away on that camera angle. And at the back there, so we see Ricciardo going around the outside. No, Ricciardo dropped it on the curb, but we're about to find out if I'm right or not. And so Van Dorn's gone right down the middle, very nicely indeed.
I got squeezed.
Copy, is the car okay?
Oh, he did hit him, so I was wrong.
And all the way up that straight towards the first corner, and there are possibilities for overtaking here, Martin.
No DRS yet for a couple of laps, of course, but he was trying to back the Mercedes into his teammate, hoping that Raikkonen might get a slipstream on him and get a chance for a Ferrari 1-2.
Well, Raikkonen might be gaining, but certainly behind. Felipe Massa is gaining on Fernando Alonso, and this time Felipe is faster than you, Fernando, and he makes his move up into fifth place. Sebastian Vettel leads. Watch Hamilton for a moment. He's on Pierre Gasly's tail, and he went round the inside of Ericsson. He's gone round the outside of Gasly. Hamilton into the points at the start of lap 9. There goes Daniel Ricciardo late on the brakes on the Williams, locks up a little going into turn one. It's another trademark Ricciardo move, this time on Lance Stroll, and the Australian has put that Red Bull up into 13th, whilst Lewis Hamilton meanwhile is now up past Nico Hülkenberg and into 8th. And Ricciardo's not stopping there. He's got the Sauber alongside him and now behind him. Ericsson is past Ricciardo's 12th. Valtteri Bottas now pits. Kimi Raikkonen moves up into second place, and a nice swift change by the Mercedes crew. And coming into the pits, Sebastian Vettel. Paul di Resta, should this man have come in before Valtteri Bottas?
You have to play it safe when you're standing there, and I think Ferrari should have pitted before them. They have to just stop. They can control the race, but to lose out for that, it's going to be very, very close.
And onto the track comes Vettel, just a few car lengths ahead of the Mercedes, when at one stage he was 1.5 seconds ahead. Have they been caught napping in this race? And while all that was happening, Daniel Ricciardo and Sergio Perez knew he was coming, and he couldn't do anything about it. So Hamilton now comes in to make his one and only change. Verstappen covers off the inside. He's going to force Hamilton the long way round, and he forces Hamilton into a place where the world champion didn't feel that he could overtake. But now, through the centre S's and onto the Retta Aposta, can Hamilton use DRS once again to blast past the Red Bull? He's alongside and he's ahead. So it cost him 2 or 3 more corners, but eventually Hamilton did get past Verstappen. He's in DRS range. He's going to have a little go, is he? No, not into turn 1. Locks up his tyres into the bargain as well, and then loses a bit of momentum dropping down the hill through the centre S's, and that'll cost him at the end of the next straight.
Means he's got another lap to do now before he can pass him. If indeed he does pass him.
What's happened here to Lance Stroll?
Left front tyre delaminating.
Whoa, the tyres. Something's on the tyre.
is Sebastian Vettel, who'd only won one of the last 12 Grand Prix before he came to Interlagos, but to Brazil he came, and he is going to pick up his third win at this track. It's Sebastian Vettel that wins the Brazilian Grand Prix. Bottas comes home for second, behind them Kimi Raikkonen and Lewis Hamilton from the pit lane, completing the top four. And it's Alonso behind Massa. You'll hear the noise, you'll feel the noise as across the line Felipe Massa completes his final Brazilian Grand Prix, and he does hold off Fernando Alonso, who just holds off Sergio Perez. And after the checkered flag, too late for Alonso, he does get past the Williams, but what a great duel that was.
Brilliant job, Felipe. Okay.
Come on, Porra!
Great job,
Smiles and celebrations for the Scuderia. Victory here at Interlagos. Sebastian Vettel winning for the first time since Hungary. It's time for the Samba Beats.